Hi everyone, Miss Sheila here. I'm actually in my office today doing this, so if you hear background noise, it's my coworkers. We're going to pull out our good gospel for the 5th Sunday of Easter. This is actually our last lesson for the year. We will do some family life in a couple of weeks, but this is our last lesson. So pull this page out, okay? And we're going to start with an opening prayer. And so let's get ready to pray. And when we do that, I'm going to pray the Hail Mary, because May is Mary's month. That's when we focus on our Blessed Mother Mary. So in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen. The Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's the 5th Sunday of Easter. Yes, we are still celebrating Easter. Remember, we do this until Pentecost, the birthday of our church. We're going to talk today about our family and how we're all connected. And even if we're not blood relatives, how we're all connected to each other in some way through common interest and, of course, faith. So I would like you to look at the front page, and it says, Jesus brings us together. And if you look, there's a lot of students on here just like you. And it says, find all the ways the children are connected to one another and draw lines from them. So what I'm going to do is we're going to look. If you look here, let's start by looking at outfits. So this young man is carrying a violin case, and it says music club. Somebody over here is carrying a baseball bat, but his shirt says music club. So do you think they're in the same club together? I bet they are, so we can draw a line. Let's draw a line. These two are connected, right? You see? Now let's look at the girl wearing the shirt that says bolts. You see it? Green bolts. Well, there's another girl down here. Now this girl looks like she's carrying food for the food drive. She's donating food. And this young girl's carrying her cat. But in the meantime, let's connect them because they're both on the same team. Okay? See? I went all the way down. Now, let's see. This girl has bags for food drive. Does anybody else here have anything common like that? Yeah. Look at this young boy down here. He also has a food bag. So let's do them and connect them together. Right? Then this little girl's the one with her cat. Does anyone else have any animals? Look at this person has their dog. So they probably both are animal lovers. Let's connect them. Okay. Then the boy who has the bat probably plays baseball. Well, look at this guy down here. He has a ball and a mitt. He must play baseball too. So let's connect them. Okay. And let's see. These two girls must like polka dots. This young lady is wearing a pink shirt with yellow polka dots, and this one has a yellow with pink polka dots. So let's connect them. Okay. And then I have here a girl carrying a math book, and look at this young guy. He also likes math, so let's connect them. Maybe that's their favorite subject, huh? All right. And let's see, we have the food drive, we have the sports, and look at this here. This, where is it? See how this girl plays? She's wearing her soccer uniform. Oh, look, this young boy has his soccer ball, so let's connect them. There we go. So maybe you can find other ways, because maybe this young girl here with the clarinet, maybe she's friends with the boy with the violin. Maybe they're in music class together. So do you see all these different strings of connection? right? They're all connected in some way. Do you see all this? Look at this. I think that's so neat. Just, that's how we are at church. We all may we may not be blood relatives, but we're all one church family. And maybe you play on a sports team with another friend in class, or you both have born in the same birthday month, or you both like the same music. All sorts of things. All right. You can at home with your family, you can draw yourself in here. And just, who do you connect with in here? Maybe you like music, maybe you like dogs or cats. You play a certain sport. You do a lot of community work and donate food or time. So draw yourself in there. Okay. I'm going to read a story on the second page, and it has to do with your family tree. And you can talk to your parents and grandparents about this. If you see a tree, here's the tree trunk, right? It comes up from the ground. That's where it starts to grow. And then all of it branches out and branches and branches and grows and grows and grows. That's why it's just like our family, right? Our family had to start somewhere. So it usually starts with God, but it has to start somewhere. And then what happens is we all are branches, right? Or vines, or we want to call them, of the tree. So let's read this story. It says sorry, I don't know. Let me turn that down. Sorry, told you it would work. We are going to do a family tree project, Miss Noble told her third grade class. Nessa raised her hand. She looked confused. She said, I live in an apartment. My family doesn't have any trees. Miss Noble smiled and said, your family trees won't be real trees. They will be on paper so everyone can make one. It's called a tree because we will use a tree's branches and leaves to show how we are related to members of our families. Hunter raised his hand and said, when my family has a reunion, my grandma brings a tree like that of our whole family. She adds the names of new babies who were born and writes in the dates when people in our family died. Some family trees can be very big, like Hunter's tree. They include aunts, uncles, and cousins, and go back to great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents. The trees you'll make will just include you, your parents, and your grandparents, explained Miss Noble. I'll show you my family tree. Miss Noble drew a tree on the board. I will put my name here on the trunk. Then Miss Noble wrote in the names of her parents, her mom on the left and her dad on the right. Above them, she wrote the names of their parents, her grandparents. When she was finished, she said, here is my family tree. That looks like fun, said Sarah. I hope it will be, said Miss Noble as she passed out family tree papers and directions. This is a project for you to do at home with your family. You will print the names and draw pictures or tape on photos of your family members. When you bring them back, we will display them all in the hallway. How is a family like a tree? Well, you start with you at the bottom if you're making your family tree, and you just keep going up to the branches as far back as you can go. And you'll probably need your parents and grandparents and maybe aunts and uncles' help. And this inspires me to do one with my family. All right, let's turn the page over and we're going to read the Sunday Gospel. Jesus is the vine. Do you see the theme here? We talked about things we have in common on the first page with one another, whether our activities or our faith or births, whatever. Then we went to the next page and we talked about a family tree. The tree has branches and vines and leaves. The Sunday Gospel is Jesus is the vine. Well, the vine is what connects everything on the tree. Remember I said it all starts with God and Jesus? So I'm going to read this. Jesus said to his disciples, I am the vine, and my Father is the vine grower. My Father cuts off branches that do not grow fruit. A branch cannot grow fruit if it is cut from the vine. You cannot grow fruit if you are not connected to me. I am the vine, you are the branches. You will grow good fruit if you follow me. You can do nothing if you are cut off from me. Stay joined with me and let my teachings become part of you. Then your prayers will be answered. Give my Father honor by growing good fruit with your lives and becoming my disciples. So, how is Jesus like a vine? Well, let's talk about this. All right? Jesus is like a vine. He's planted in good soil. Remember, you need good dirt to grow good things and for them to grow and continue. And it reaches its roots all the way down. His roots are in God, our Father, his Father. He's the source of our faith. Like, it all starts from the roots, what you don't see, but he's the source of all that. He's solidly rooted in God's love. He gives us his life in the sacraments, right? Eucharist, penance, baptism. Baptism is where it all starts, confirmation. His words have traveled all over the world. Just like trees grow all over, so does his words and his love. We are branches because we're connected to Jesus by baptism. Remember, we learned way back when, once you're baptized, that you are a Catholic and you are given, that's where you're, through the waters of baptism is where you're given your gifts and you share them, be it teaching or singing or helping, whatever it may be, but you're called as a disciple of Christ to use those gifts at some point and hopefully all the time. We're part of his family just as we're part of our own families. And we need our families to love us and teach us to love others. And we need Jesus to love us and teach us to love and serve God. We need to stay connected to our own families and to Jesus, right? He's our root. He's our faith. So we grow strong and beautiful when we stay connected to Jesus and to his church, when we hear his teachings and receive him in the sacraments. There are many of us who grow out of the one trunk. Some are big old branches and some are new ones, still green and flexible. So that's what we talked this month about. You know, it's spring and things are growing and blooming. It's the same thing. It's a renewal of our faith. And we're growing and blooming. And that's what we went through Lent for, and then Easter. And we continue in this Easter season. So let's look at the bottom of this page, because this is extremely important. It's a Catholic faith word, the body of Christ. The body of Christ is another name for the church. We also receive the body and blood of Christ in Holy Communion. Some of you may have made your first communion this month or last month, or are continuing to do it over the next month. And it's, to me, it was one of the happiest. As a parent, I loved watching my children receive the body and blood of Christ, because they work so hard to do it, and they've always watched us do it as parents. And it was such an honor for them to do that. And every week it continues the rest of your life. So let's turn over to the back page. I'm going to give you an activity to do at home. And let's read the top. And it says, the branches, this page, of a vine share the same life as the vine. Jesus shares his life with us. We are the body of Christ in the world. We share the good news with others and live like Jesus taught us. Jesus calls us to grow good fruit with our lives. We grow the fruits of love, kindness, patience, and goodness when we stay connected to Jesus. We do this by listening to Jesus' teachings, following his example, and praying. So at the bottom, it says, I grow good fruit. I will grow good fruit with my life. What will you do good things in your life to have all positive, good fruit, if you will, on the tree? Think about that. I want you to fill that out with your family. So what I'm going to do is we're going to close out with the perfect prayer. All right? And the perfect prayer is with our Father. It says, Jesus taught us to pray to our Heavenly Father as he did. You know this prayer. It's the Lord's Prayer. That's the perfect prayer. It is also called Our Father because it begins with those words. It's the perfect prayer. It has been described as a short form of the whole gospel. You can find it in the Bible in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6, verses 9 through 15, and in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 11, verses 2 through 4. So I know you know this prayer. So let's close out with the perfect prayer, the Our Father. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Our Father, thou art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of Easter season and Pentecost, and we'll be in touch. God bless.